Good Wednesday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Jesse Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for your Wednesday. Starting off, what is going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina? Right now, nothing. We will be seeing that change as we go into later today, but for right now, absolutely nothing is going on throughout the entire state, nice and dry. If we scroll our way out, though, see what's going on throughout the entire U.S., we do have some rainfall going on, and maybe even some snowfall going on as well over here inside of Colorado. Rainfall going on throughout the Northeast, the Mid Atlantic, going on over into the Tennessee valleys, into Mississippi, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas also receiving some severe storms as well. We also see some more rainfall going on in Illinois, more into Missouri as well. Now, what about for our cloud cover? Well, cloud cover right now seems to be going throughout a good amount of the state right now. Upstate, Midlands, PD areas. Low country, Grand Strand areas, not completely covered yet, but it is definitely getting more towards these areas. And especially as we get more into today, we will see the entire state get taken over by cloud cover activity once we get to around 1, 2, 3, all the way up to around 5 o'clock p.m. Cloud cover will be trying to continue to move its way over into the east. Now, as we get more and more into tonight, that cloud cover will continue to go throughout the state. And there will be some clear spots here and there. There will be some clear spots, but the more we get into tonight, I think the more that we're going to be clouded up. Now, current temperatures right now, we're talking about 60s and 70s, 71, Hilton Island, Charleston, Beaufort, 69, Somerville, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, 67 in Conway, Sumter, Columbia, Orangeburg, 66, Newberry, 64, Greenville, Spartanburg, Gaffney, 65, Clemson. Now for our air quality, looks pretty good. We're not looking at any sort of bad air quality as we go throughout today, so we should be good outdoors. High temperatures for today, we're talking about 80s, maybe even some 90s, 88, Columbia 89, Orangeburg 87, Moncks Corner 82, Charleston 84, Georgetown 80 in Myrtle Beach 83, Hilton Head Island 78, in Greenville 79, Spartanburg. Winds for today are going to be pretty breezy, slightly breezy, around 9-10 miles an hour, all the way up to around 15 to 18 miles per hour today. So it's going to be a bit breezy. And even if we want to look at those wind gusts are going to be up to around 20, 25 miles per hour today. Kind of how it was yesterday, to where we had a lot of those wind gusts up there in the upstate. But it's definitely a little bit more breezier towards the coastal areas today than it was yesterday. Rainfall activity, this is for the next 24 hours, so this includes obviously today, tomorrow, and tomorrow morning. And it shows a good amount. I mean, the next 24 hours or so, we're going to have beneficial rainfall falling throughout the state. 100th of an inch to a tenth of an inch for a good amount of the low country, good amount of the PD, Grand Strand areas, tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, Orangeburg, Florence, Dillon, half an inch to an inch, Greenwood, Columbia, Camden, inch to an inch and a half, Greenville, Spartanburg, Lawrence, Anderson, inch and a half to potentially up to 3 inches up there inside the very far upstate. So make sure that you are aware, make sure that you're paying attention for this as we move into, as we go all the way into today, going into tomorrow. Now, will all this rainfall fall today through 12 a.m. tonight? No, no. That's not how that's not how this is gonna work out. As we're gonna see most of that rainfall falling later. But we do have a bit of a risk of severe weather. Marginal risk of severe weather goes on for a good amount of the upstate, maybe even a little bit in the Midlands. And then you can see a slight risk taking over that western border right there near South Carolina and Georgia. So we do have the slight risk here. What is the risk? What's the threats? Well, we do in fact have a 15% chance of damaging winds in the yellow and a 5% chance of damaging winds in the green. So just make sure that if you're watching out for that, wind gusts as high as 60 miles per hour is a possibility. Fire weather is not expected, but flash flooding, scattered to isolated flash flooding, isolated to scattered flash flooding is going to be an issue as we go into today, going to tonight, tomorrow potentially. So just make sure that you're watching it. The more you get towards the further, that you get into the upstate, the higher chance you have. So like Walhalla, Pickens, Clemson, Anderson, these areas right here in the yellow, those are your higher risk. And in the green, those are your a bit lower risk, but still there. Now, what about for your crazy score? For right now, we're at a 17. We're at a 17 inside the mild category. Slightly breezy, cloudy, but no major concerns. That pretty much wraps up what today is going to be like for the most part. But I think that the crazy score, because remember it's automated, made by itself, thinks that the severe risk for today, which I mean, to be honest, I really can understand why. That because that severe risk is not really gonna try and make it through until we get into like later tonight. So I think that that's the reason why it's so low right now, and it's just because the severe weather risk doesn't really happen until later tonight. So that's why we're not seeing that crazy score getting up higher and higher yet. Speaking of, let's go and look at the models. We're starting off here at 9 o'clock in the morning. We go in and push this forward. Yeah, we have some showers that try to move through as we get through. Here's 11 a.m. You're seeing some showers in the upstate, maybe by 12 to 1 p.m., some showers, some downpours. But you're not seeing anything severe wise. Even by 4, 5 p.m., you're still not seeing anything rainfall wise as we get throughout this time period. Finally, by around 7, 8 o'clock p.m., we're starting to see some more rainfall, some more downpour activity start to push through. And this may cause some severe weather potentially, but it's not until we get to around 9 p.m. tonight that when we start seeing this stuff start to go down. And then once you get to around 1 o'clock in the morning here, like 12 a.m., that's when we start to see that shower activity, that thunderstorm activity kind of start to ramp up. And, we may wake up or go to sleep tonight with some severe weather trying to go on. So we'll see what happens as we go more and more into tomorrow and into tonight for sure, because tonight we'll have a better understanding. And that's all that I have to say for tonight. So if you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. Also, hit the subscribe button. We're at 730, trying to get to 800, 70 away. And then share with your friends, family members, acquaintances, because it's free. And you and the other person can share as many times as y'all want. That's it. Make sure you hit those two buttons before you leave if you're new.